Welcome back, everybody, to the Organic Football Podcast. I'm your host, Saro. Thank you for joining me. We are picking up right where we left off. We were coming back at you. I've got Matt, Brad, and Rich with me. We missed being on air. So, Matt, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Staying busy. Trying not to melt in this heat.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Brutal.
Pretty hot week.
Brutal.
Yeah, it's been relentless.
Like buck 15 today, easily.
Yeah, for sure.
Like all week.
What about you?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Brad, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. Just like Matt said, trying to stay cool.
Right on. And Rich, what's up?
What's up, brother? Long time no see. Ready to talk some football. It's been a while for us. I'm happy. I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, it's good to get everybody back. And
Getting the band back together, guys.
Yeah, we're coming back together for another reunion tour. Yeah, if you haven't followed us, by the way, on Instagram or all the other sites, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe, maybe on YouTube.
Welcome to YouTube, guys.
Yeah, we're getting that channel started there, and I don't know, shoot us some questions. Fantasy football season is about to start. Our drafts are going to be, in the next few weeks, closer to the end of August, early September. So, let's see what this year offers. So,
This year's got some good offerings for sure. I'm looking forward to this season. I mean, we're 6-7 weeks out from actual live, real NFL action, so that should be good. Preseason's about to get started. Camps are getting underway in about a week, so I'm pretty excited about that.
You say 7-8 weeks. It sounds like not that long, and they say 2 months.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You're like, man, 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, but shit churns, man. Like the fucking season. Like once we get into camps, and there's still all these news, you still have releases that'll happen. So it's like it gets you going. It gets you excited for this.
Well, I mean, D-Hop news.
D-Hop. Finally, he gets signed. Yeah, he got his bag. He got his money. So
I hear he's going to wear AJ Brown's shoes and just playing them.
Yeah, he's got he's the replacement for AJ Brown. It's kind of a weird deal with that. Like you 1 year ago get rid of AJ Brown at this pretty much juncture of the season, and then now you're bringing in D-Hop, who's an older version. Yeah. Tennessee's weird, man. That's a weird pick for D-Hop, other than getting that scratch. He got the money. So
yeah, I think it was basically they realized they made a mistake and they tried everything they do to rectify it. But who's going to give up an AJ Brown? There's only so many people.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, for Tennessee, they needed that. They needed somebody alongside of Treylon Burks is that young wide receiver they got last year. He had a tough year, but needs somebody opposite him. So it's good fantasy purposes. It's gonna play out. It's gonna be nice. Derrick Henry is a good, obviously to give them play action in that offense. But again, it's okay. Is it Ryan Tannehill, or are they ready to kind of shift and move on to their young quarterbacks? So then that scares me. So
I mean, do you think that played anything in his decision? Or do you think Derrick Henry was the bigger part, or Ryan Tannehill throwing him the ball?
Yeah, I think his only decision was the money. The money, straight up. He just needed to go somewhere to get paid, apparently, because they're not going to win games. Tennessee's, a 7-10 team, in my opinion. I don't think he's looking forward to having Ryan Tannehill or Will Levis throw him the ball. That can't be the case. And so, D-Hop's kind of just been talking this whole summer just to get his money. So, I mean, good for him. I mean, some players, that's what it's about. He's made $110, $120 million in his career now at this point. So he's done well for himself. He's just never won anything anywhere he's ever been. So it's like he's traded the same situation each way he's gone. He came to Arizona and it turned into shit, and now he's going to go to Tennessee and it's going to turn into shit. So,
and what is he getting paid? I didn't catch that.
He's getting $12 million or something like that, $11 million, and then there's
that was 26 mil. guaranteed for 2 years with 32 incentives.
Well, do you know that?
I do. Ian Rappaport texted me earlier, so.
Okay.
26 million, Brad. You're right on the money. 26 million in 23 and 24.
Dude, Ian knows his
How much?
shit.
Hold on, just so I can correct the correction, so it doesn't sound like I'm just wrong. He's making $12 million this year. He has $3 million in incentives this year.
Okay.
I'm talking about this year.
Yeah, 15 million. Okay. 15 million this year.
Okay.
And then 11 the following year.
And but just understand, even with contracts, there's like there's a lot of language that can like affect what the actual
in there. Like you can't ride a motorcycle. If you do, then you don't get any of your money or whatever. Like all that shit's hidden in there. So
Jason Williams.
Oh yeah, there you go. See what happens over there.
Who?
Jason Williams, the basketball player.
Basketball, yeah.
Jason Williams.
Who's the guy that shot somebody that was messing around? Like he shot his limo driver or something, some basketball player. I'll get back to you guys.
I'm thinking about Gilbert Arenas though, pulling a gun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait. Is it the same guy that choked a fan? He was crazy.
Oh, that was Latrell Sprewell,
right?
Latrell. You're right.
Latrell Sprewell choked out the fan. Yeah. Or no, he choked out his coach. Okay, we're way off base now. We're talking NBA
even better.
Basketball.
I know we're talking NBA. Let's go back to NFL and contracts and why we're not paying running backs. How about we get right into the running back topic? I think we've been
running backs. Yeah, a lot of disgruntledness right now from the running backs. I was trying to pull up what I had seen earlier. There was several like postings from people in the NFL today about this shit because today was the deadline. So. Josh Jacobs, no deal. Saquon Barkley, no deal. Tony Pollard, who's supposedly Dallas's new running back, doesn't get a deal. They're all going to play on the franchise tag, which obviously for those uninitiated, that means they're getting a contract for this year only. They're tagging that player. They get the average of the top 5 salaries, which is
10 million plus.
Yeah, it's 11, 12 million, something like that. 10 million, I think, for Saquon this year. So I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a nice contract, but what we're talking about here is that these running backs, they want and in some cases deserve contracts. I mean, you look at what Josh Jacobs brings to the table last year. The man ran for 1,500 yards. He caught over 400 yards receiving.
Now listen, I mean, Josh Jacobs is a very dear friend of mine. Of course he is. As a manager of him last year, he produced well. And listen, I will go to bat for that guy. That man deserves to get paid.
You traded for him.
Huh?
You traded for him. Yeah.
I gave up a big haul, the number 2 back, bro.
Mm-hmm. All for Josh Jacobs.
And all of the news behind these no deals, there were multiple offers, but they just couldn't come to an agreement. I'm curious what the specifics, not super specific, but I like some of the key points like that prevented them to sign, like Saquon and
Saquon's okay. So the info I got on Saquon is that he was offered 19 million guaranteed, and so for him, he can play this year for like over 10 million, and he can play next year because if you get tagged year after year, the price goes up on it. So if he gets tagged again next year, he's got like 23 million in guaranteed money.
Right.
So he's saying, well, why am I doing that? Why am I taking 19.5 million? That's giving you guys.
So he's leaving 4 million on the table basically, but instead of doing the 19 for this year and then maybe trying to go somewhere next year,
Yeah, but so it's a tough balance because I see both sides of the equation here.
Yeah.
If I'm an NFL team, fuck yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go just draft the next fucking running back because there's running backs to be
rookie
had.
Contracts are like super, super valuable, man. If you hit it right with a franchise quarterback, Justin Jefferson, a Jonathan Taylor, you hit those guys, you give them for 3 years cheap. I mean, that's how you build a championship.
Yeah. And so at running back, especially, it leaves these guys like shortchanged. I don't know what else. They have to there's something that has to change a little bit with the structure to deal with this.
With a running back's average time in the NFL is like under 5 years, right?
Yeah, what's the life of a running back?
So
you give him a
you
rookie
have to
contract
be a
for 3
rookie
years.
or rookie contract 3 years. Now more than half your career is over.
Yeah.
So
And if they're a first rounder like Saquon, it's 5 years. It's a 5-year contract. So like that's
first
the
rounders
contract.
need to make no money till their 5 years is up. That makes sense for a quarterback, but not for a running back.
Yeah, and that's the systematic issue that's at play right now.
Got it. Okay, now it makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah, and so like as an organization, what do you do? Well, I go, I'm gonna draft a fucking 3rd round running back every year and a 3rd and a 6th if I feel like it, and move on. That's
right.
That's the play. So
and the play
it's tough,
too,
man.
It's now is, dude, these guys are getting ACLs, and I'm gonna blame it that what
it deserves.
I'm gonna say that. Money. Sorry, I just had my computer do a little malfunction, but I just lost my whole train of thought. I thought my whole computer was dying and doing a restart.
You're like, oh, fuck. Not in this episode. Come on.
But no, I mean, why these guys? They tear their ACLs. These guys are too strong, too fast. When they explode off this turf, their muscles aren't built for it, so they break down. So, like, if they don't have the longevity, I mean, why not go to a 2-system back where you guys got 2 backs? If one gets hurt, you still have the other. Or like what Atlanta did last year, they had 3 backs. So, I mean, all of them were okay. I mean, none of them were great, but they managed.
Yeah. It's crazy to me though, because the production you get from these top guys, it's like they deserve to get paid. To me, that's the other side of the equation. Like I just said, I understand what an organization would do, and if I was a general manager, I would be doing that. But on the other side of it, I'm going, well, if I'm Josh Jacobs and I produced fucking 2,000 yards last year for your offense, I can't get paid like that. Like, what did this one thing here? Running backs, the NFL pay structure is broke when Jonnu Smith makes more money than Derrick Henry. And Alan Lazard makes more money than Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs.
Ouch.
That's what somebody posted earlier. I said that is great. That puts that into perspective for you. That's
right.
wrong.
Isn't this whole rookie pay structure relatively new, like maybe 10 years?
Yeah. I think it's been around 10, 15 years, maybe 12.
Kind of started before or after
the players wanted this.
The Sanchez Wilson era. Those are like the last guys that got paid as rookies before it changed. Or was it right before that?
Sam Bradford's literally the last big pick who got this.
He got the big money on the first contract, and he got the big money in the 3rd year or 5 years.
And Brad, I think you're incorrect on that. The players did not want this. This was an owner-driven thing because they used to have to negotiate full-on contracts, signing bonuses, and now everything is a perfectly structured thing. So everything.
Well, I should back up and retract a little bit. What the players wanted is not these rookies who never played a single game getting $100 million contracts. They wanted the money to go to veterans.
Okay, so yeah, correct. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it was worked on side by side.
A little bit of both.
You're totally
a little
right.
bit of both.
Yeah, they might have structured it to their benefit, but I think what they wanted was these rookies who never even played a game getting $100 million and veterans playing 5-10 years still making league minimum. So
correct. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah. And then, this other guy posted, Matt Miller, NFL Draft Scout. He says, been saying it for years. Number 1, draft a running back. Number 2, play the running back if he's good. Number 3, franchise the running back. And then
one time,
repeat, draft a running back, and then go to the next thing. That's it. That is, organizationally speaking, what I would do too. That's what has to happen. But
I mean, honestly,
also I'd like to see these guys get paid.
I would just worry about linemen if I was a GM. I mean, you can't trade for those guys. You draft them, you get them.
Yeah.
That's where you build it. And they'll take care of the whole system. They'll take care of your quarterback, your running back. They'll give wide receivers time. That's where I invest all my money. With
that being said, Dalvin Cook is still not even signed. So, like,
how many knees does he got now?
2. You talk about Dalvin like he's like super injured all the time. I think Dalvin's been pretty steady. He's been pretty steady. Matt, would you look up how many games Dalvin Cook has played the last few years?
Last 2 years.
Last 2 years, how many games has Dalvin Cook played? I think he's played
32.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. 34.
He's 27 years old.
I think he's played 30 games in the last 2 years.
I'll say less. Easy.
Over under. All right, we'll see.
I was at 25.
But unsigned. You don't think Dalvin Cook should be playing somewhere next year in the NFL?
No, he should be playing somewhere, but what is he asking for? I don't know the numbers. But it's just like, why did D-Top take so long to get signed? Because obviously he wanted $32 million with incentives. So that's why it took so long.
I'm happy for D-Hop. I don't want to like disparage him or anything, but he said he wanted to win. He said he wanted to win.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah, he didn't want to win.
He wanted money. He wanted
money. Oh,
hang on. Dalvin games played. Dalvin Cook games played
in the last 2 years.
Last 2 years.
Last 2 seasons. How many?
You guys are right on the money. 30.
Oh. 30 is the number.
30 to 17. He played a full season last year, and then 13 games. So he was in all year last year.
I think he's steady, man. Yeah, like I think you're overplaying it.
Well, he was
deemed. He was on the injury report a lot, but he did play.
4, 11, 14, 14, 13, and then 17. His 8th or 6th season played a full season. So, but yeah, he hadn't played. Yeah, 4, 11, 14s, 13. Yeah, so 30 games last 2 years. So that's well, he's a good grab, I think.
He should be signed. I understand he wants a bunch of money, probably, but
yeah, he's a 5 to 10
Dalvin Cook on a.
He's somewhere 5 to 10.
Yeah, I mean, shit. If we're talking fantasy,
he want 1 to 5 goes,
he'll be 11, 10. almost 1,200 yards last season.
See, that's the problem I have with all these guys. Is all these guys want to get paid 1 through 5. They want to
and they only run 1,200, right?
There's only 5 guys in the league, so like when you said Joe Smith gets paid this much money, it's like something's wrong.
That's ouchy.
But what about rushing and receiving? Like 1,600, 12 and 3, almost 1,600 rushing and receiving. Is that pretty decent?
That's what he had, 1,200 yards rushing and receiving last year.
No, total 16. So you get almost 12 rushing and 3 receiving.
You're getting 100 all-purpose yards every game, basically. That's fantastic. That's great production out of a fucking running back. Moving on from Dalvin Cook.
Anyway, yeah.
Zeke isn't signed either. Anyway, no, let's move on from these running backs. We talk D-Hop, we talk some fucking running backs. We want to talk Cardinals?
Yeah.
Brad doesn't.
No, I don't mind talking Cardinals as long as it's relevant. If they start winning, they win. They go 0-6. I don't want to just spend 15.
We still have like fucking 20 minutes every week, and they're 0-6. Like last year, we were
like dial that back to 2 minutes.
Boy, here we go.
Like, we still suck. We'll be like the guys from Major League. They still suck.
They suck again.
They suck again.
Do you think they'll be 0-6? Do you think they're that bad?
No.
I should pull up my spreadsheet.
I maybe 1-4.
Well, what about when they get to 6 games? Will they be 2-4? Or will they be
1-4? That's
2-4. Well, I don't know how the next
there we
go.
2-4.
Could be a tie. 1-4.
So okay. Well, so if they're 2-4, we're still like talking about them Sunday.
No, they're 1-4-1.
1-4-1 If there's a fucking tie.
Oh, a tie.
If I go to that building and there's a tie, I'm going to be really irritated. I've been to one of those before. 6-6 against the Seahawks fucking 5-6 years ago now.
Dude, how many times have you been to that building and they've won?
Not very many, man.
Yeah.
0 last year.
It's like pretty much 0 the year before, right?
They won some games the year before. They won some games. They won a few games. I think they were like 3-5 that year at home.
Yeah, we spend this much time talking about Dalvin Cook. Let's talk about home wins from the Arizona Cardinals and the lack of them.
They don't happen. Well, all right, but anyway, I think they'll be at least 2-4, maybe. I haven't really reviewed the schedule lately, but yeah. I think this team is going to be better than people think. We're going to screw ourselves out of a top 5 pick. We're going to win 6 games.
The Cardinals
like that. Yeah. We're going to play too good to do anything. We won't be in the playoff contention.
Houston's going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Let's bag that up. Let's bag that truck.
We're going to get the 32 and 27th pick. It's going to be perfect.
Yeah, no. I could see us having the 8th and the 10th pick, though. I could see that happening. I think Houston probably will be pretty good as well. They're overperforming. The point being that I kind of like these coaches. D'Amico Ryans is the new coach in Houston, and they added some talent there. And honestly, Jonathan Gannon's really grown on me here in Cardinals land. So I think the energy is better in the building so far. Everything that's coming out, everything that's being said in the press, every piece of information has pretty much been positive ever since the draft. We had a killer draft. Loved our draft. Awesome Fort fucking tore it up. Improved our line play, which you should like, Brad. He focused in on our line. So I think we're going to be better. I think we're going to be better. I could see 6 wins. And a lot of people don't see that. They see this roster as depleted of talent, which I see it in certain areas. No, but I think you make up for that in culture.
I think what my biggest problem was is I saw a championship caliber team not that long ago. And it's not even like in the talks now. So I think that's where my disgruntledness comes from.
So yeah, the end of the 21 season, finishing. Actually, no. Did we finish strong? We didn't. We lost to the Rams in the first round. Yeah, I mean, 21 was good, and then 22 started off rocky and never really. I mean, the Lions beat us, didn't they?
Seemed to like kind of steamroll like into like bad play. Yeah. Things got worse.
Kyler goes down in 14, and that was it. Kyler went down in 14, and bye. And then they're saying he's not going to be back till the 5th game or so, right around there.
Dude, that was
on May 23rd.
If he came back in week 5, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's what the newest report is. That was May of this, a couple months ago.
Dude, I say it's 8 to 10.
There's rumors he could be ready for week 1.
Dude.
I'm just letting you know what there is.
That might have been.
I don't trust the Cardinals front office and the information they give out. So
week 1, that'd be awesome. It'd be awesome if they won the Super Bowl this year. I mean, that'd be crazy.
Sorry, I'm jumping in there.
Nobody should bet on that.
But
sorry,
Kyler himself said he wanted to come back week 1. If you guys watched that, did you guys watch?
No, that's what he said. When did this happen?
Just this last week.
Oh, really? I can't find it anywhere.
Arizona Cardinals flight plan. They do like their own production series. It's almost like a in-house Hard Knocks, basically.
Got it. That's cool.
So he did say he wants to. Yeah, he
was in Hawaii. He was in Hawaii.
I want a lot of things too,
Matt. The ball around.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball with his dad. Yeah,
doesn't mean by week 1 I'm going to be a millionaire.
So week 1 is like literally 9 months from when he had the injury happen, which is like
Adrian Peterson.
ACL is like that's the minimum. That's the bare minimum, and pretty much likely loss of production at that level. So like. I think 5 is even a hefty goal. Week 5 would be a hefty.
I say 8 to 10. He'll be back 8 to 10.
Somewhere still 8.
Yeah, the other report said second half of the season, which would make it 8 to 10 range right around.
Why the fuck are they running him back? Like you're gonna get the best pick.
Because they've paid him a lot of money. They want to watch him play.
They want to watch him play. Well, guess what? When you have the number 1 pick, you can pick whoever the fuck you want. Watch them all play together.
Who's backing him up again?
So they do have. I'm actually looking this up. Colt McCoy, and they drafted a kid. Clayton Tune. That's right. Clayton Tune.
Colt went down too. So how's he doing? And he's old too. He's old.
He's out there.
Injured.
He was out there in minicamp, so he's been there. Still working his way back from his injury though. So I do think there is an entire possibility, and I think if it was me and I was making decisions for the Arizona Cardinals, I would start Clayton Tune to start this year. See what you have in that kid. He's a rookie. Yeah, I think he was 6th round pick. He's got some zip on the ball from what I've seen. He's got bravado kind of that you need as a quarterback. He's kind of like I feel like he could walk into like a Brock Purdy type situation.
How tall is he?
He's like 6'1",
Taller.
6'2".
6+.
Yeah.
Mhm.
6'2", I think. Yeah, 6'1".
That's pretty good.
6'3".
Better than
6'3",
5.
they say he is.
No, that's a tall man. I think
I think
good.
Kyler comes up to his chin. So
Exactly.
that's
You
the
can see the
report I
top of
read.
Kyler's head.
Yeah.
Papa.
Well, Kyler has a big old. He's got the fro out this year too. It's a little less of the dreadlocks
Yeah.
I've noticed. So he's
That's like
There
chicks
you
in
go.
he's
stilettos.
taller,
I
man.
guess
That gives him some
he's
inches.
6'3" as well. That's fine.
Yeah. I think he's about 6'3" right now. But yeah,
With the hair.
get Clayton Tune. Like, to me, I love Colt McCoy. I love him as a backup quarterback in the NFL. He should go to a team that like really needs a solid backup. Whereas like right now, if I'm the Cardinals, I want to move on. I want to start getting younger. I want to start seeing what these players have. Shit, if I can get Clayton Tune out there for 8 weeks and then I get Kyler Murray back and he has a great second half of the season, well, now I've really just shored up what I have at quarterback, and I don't have to worry about, okay, what am I doing going forward? Am I trying to draft Caleb Williams, blah, 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 which, by the way, like I'd be a proponent of. I don't know if you guys have seen what Caleb Williams
if you
is.
get the number one pick, you pick him and you say bye-bye, Kyler.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, if we get if we are secure in the number one pick, I think you have to really take that long look at it.
Yeah, but I
Dude,
think
you have two
Kyler's
chances to get the number one pick.
Yeah. Kyler knows.
He
too.
sees the writing.
That's why he wants to play, guys.
He wants to play.
100%.
Well, good. Let's have a fucking motivated Kyler Murray this year. I'm down for it. Like the kid, I've always said he's a super talented guy. I think he is one of the more talented quarterbacks in the NFL.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his Twitch account.
Fuck off.
I thought you were all the super talented. I thought you were talking about his gaming.
I mean, from what I hear, he's a great gamer too.
Dude, that's what he invests his time in. He better be.
Get out of here. Anyway, that's what I'm saying, though. Yes, is learn the game. If Kyler Murray learns the game, if he makes that jump of understanding how to read defenses, how to manipulate defenses, when you know what's coming, it makes things a lot fucking simpler for you, especially as an undersized quarterback. You want to be ahead of the game with your brain. Drew Brees never had a fucking issue. He never got batted balls. He never was scurrying about because he knew how to manipulate pocket. He knew how to manipulate defenses. So Kyler Murray needs to step up his football IQ by investing in the books for sure. But be motivated. Don't be just physically motivated. Be mentally motivated. I fucking agree.
The stage is set for him to surprise people this season. And I think he might come back a little sooner than people think. I don't think it's going to be week 1. But I hope he comes back and shuts all the critics up. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Are you saying that as a Kyler Murray fan or as Arizona Cardinals fan?
I'm Cardinals fan.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I've never been a super Kyler Murray fan, but I like him. I think, just like Rich said, he has a ton of talent. He's good, and we all know.
Was there ever a Kyler bandwagon here? Did he ever reach that status here, like a bandwagon where everybody was? Because I don't think he lasted long enough.
Let's say Clayton goes 4-0.
Okay. Yeah,
you got it.
Say that again.
Brock Purdy. It's his job.
Yeah. Is it his job?
100%. Yes.
Will
they follow through with it though? I don't know. But
you pay this guy all this money to sit on the bench?
No. 4-0, no way. 4-0, and Kyler Murray says I'm ready to go, and the medical staff says he's ready to go. No way. Kyler comes back. He's the starter.
Let's say 6-0.
You get okay as you get deeper in the season, but you want to talk these weird hypotheticals. Like, I don't know, man. 6-0. Come on.
Was that the hypothetical? Who was the QB?
I was seeing if he was an Arizona fan or a Kyler fan. So he's an Arizona fan. He said
who was
Cardinals? You got to do what's best for the organization. That's my opinion. Even if it's sitting high paid, they're not going to do it. But
I'm not gonna put too much time into this. But I still think no fucking way you bring Kyler back. He's a higher talent than what Clayton Tune is. But so the talent level, the arm, the ability to run. I mean, it's different. There's levels to this thing. Clayton Tune can be serviceable and be a good quarterback and win games. That'd be interesting. highly unlikely. But he is not on that pedigree that Kyler Murray is. I wouldn't put him on that at all. So that's why you bring Kyler back.
Right.
Even at 6-0, maybe 8-0, then I might change my mind. But let's not get fucking. We're not on acid right now or some shit. Like, Jesus Christ.
That's like a movie. That's a movie plot right there. Rookie QB goes 8-0, and they don't put the starter in after he's back from injury.
I know, and everyone doesn't even believe it. They're like, that was such a bad movie. Like, there's no way that ever happens.
Yeah.
Should we talk about our season predictions, though? Sorrow, do you have those?
Well, yeah. Are we gonna do a full season prediction, or are we gonna do just week to week?
No, just week to week. I don't want to go the whole game.
We'll probably do the week to week, but should we do just the season prediction period?
Yeah.
Richie's got 6 wins. We'll just do it informally, and I'll plug it in later. But
I'll stick with 6 wins. I think they squeeze out 6 wins dumbly and screw themselves out of a nice draft position.
Brad?
I say 4 wins.
4 wins. And Matt?
That's kind of where I'm at right now. 4 wins.
Man, I want to be a more optimistic than you guys.
1 tie.
1 tie.
We don't talk about ties. That's ridiculous.
It's going to happen.
I want to say 8.
What the fuck?
8 wins.
Get on that.
Once Tyler gets back, we're gonna go like 7-0 once he gets back.
Honestly, yeah. Let's get on the betting website here real quick.
Yeah,
you guys keep talking. I got all wins coming up right now, but yeah, their over under is 4.5, which is like. I know a lot of people that think you should be playing that under for sure.
No, you should play that over 100%.
I think you stay away from that number.
It's a tough number, honestly. Like, I can see this team winning 4 games for sure.
At the very least, can they just sneak 5 out? I want to pull the schedule up and just see if there's any.
It's available. I mean, okay. I wanted to pull up something here real quick. They only go. Okay, so over 7.5 wins. You could put money down on that for your 8 wins, Sorrow, and get plus 550.
Ooh,
plus 550. So
let's go.
You bet 100, you get 550.
Plus your 100 back.
100 plus. Okay, let's do it. I'm out of money in my account. I got to put some more money in.
Maybe don't. No, we're not advising this whatsoever.
Don't put money in your account
for this. I actually do have some bets later. Like, we're not going to do bet section, but I do have a few things that popped up that I like.
Oof, yeah.
I have some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be tough to pull 8 off. I'm looking at the schedule right now. Yeah.
The schedule's a little rough, yeah.
It's a bit rough. Even the Bears, it's week 16, so it's going to be cold.
Oh, we're at Chicago. Yeah, fuck us.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys. We're gonna shift off the Cardinals here a little bit. Still staying on quarterbacks. So what do you think is going to happen with Russ Wilson this year? New coach Sean Payton. I think he kind of reeled him in a little bit. Let his I don't know what kind of mind you call that, go away from him with the whack jobness that was going on in there with his own office and all this other stuff. Do you think he's going to return to the old Russ, or do you think he's just going to be bad again?
I mean, I think there's only one direction for him to go, which is up.
Well, he could just stay on that same path. And
I don't think so. I think he'll
put a couple of 2 veterans together like that, Sean and Russell. I mean, that might spark some kind of love affair and make him better. Football love affair, just on the field. Take it easy. Yeah, on the field.
They'll make beautiful football love.
I
got you. Okay.
Exactly. This isn't a Hallmark special, people. Take it easy.
I do think I think Russ Wilson will have a bounce back season. I think they'll have Sean Payton is a very, very good NFL coach. I believe he's maybe top 4 of NFL coaches right now. So the offensive influence and structure that he'll bring will be really great for them. And Sean Payton came in and changed the vibe real quick. You know what I mean? He came in there Russ Wilson doesn't have an office anymore, so like he's part of the team again. It's going to go back to a different type of culture. I think that'll be good for the whole situation. And to be honest with you, like Denver's a solid team. They've got good weapons. When you've got Cortland Sutton and
Jerry Jeudy.
Oh my God, Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, I was like, yeah, my mind was like JJ. I'm like, what JJ?
Don't forget about Javonte Williams, man.
Javonte Williams, he will be coming back off that ACL.
He's the guy I trust off the ACL. I know I've been talking a lot of smack on it. He is a guy I trust. He runs like Derrick Henry, man. That guy just wows people over.
Well, I'd be a little weary. There's like him and Brees Hall. These guys are coming back off of their fucking ACLs. It takes some time. I think even if you are going to come back to form, it takes some time to get to form. Like I remember J.K. Dobbins.
Draft him late or draft him cheap and park him on your bench. He'll be worth the wait. Javonte Williams will be worth the wait.
Understand that you will be waiting for like that level of production.
But you get top 10
I do think it'll get there. You will have a top 10 back.
You have a top 10 back at the end. So
him and Brees Hall both. I do think they're worthy. Like in our league, it's tough because we have that structure where the bench is fucking short. We don't have a lot of bench room in our league. There's a lot of leagues. There's a lot of leagues that have fucking 8-10 people on their bench. Oh, I would definitely have both those guys ready, rocking and ready in those type of leagues. That's why our league has that like structure. It's harder. Like definitely fucking
6 bench spots. That's all you get.
It pins you down to like every decision. Really makes it fucking very.
Especially if you're trying to handcuff.
That was even from the beginning. I think we added one flex spot or an IR spot or both.
We did an IR. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's a perfect level, having not so deep of a bench, but deep enough to where you can
sometimes
make it
like one
buys and whatnot. Yeah, but I don't know.
It makes it fun.
Yeah.
People make some dumb drops, so it's kind of nice.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You say you take a little break, a little intermission.
Hell yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready for a little moment.
A moment
to myself. I did want to remember. I told you guys. I felt like we should talk about how we were discussing doing an intro video. Remember how we had that? I feel like we should discuss a few. Brad, you weren't on with us when that happened. That was our meeting last week.
Yeah, we came up with some funny ideas.
Like our little video intro on here, instead of it being like a countdown, it could be like a little sitcom type intro.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Or like an SNL intro, like
that was one
name flashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're at the bar having a drink, and then I'm like, Brad Smith, and then you're like, hey, look at my drink.
Remember those SNL intros?
You just did the Chris Farley look. Chris Farley was at the bar. You did that exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, Chris Farley did the thing. Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly who you mimicked. That's funny.
I love me some Chris Farley, man.
That's definitely up there. I know Chris Farley. Chris Farley is like, he's an all-time great, man.
He was our generation's Belushi, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not as, drugged out. Nah, fuck that. He did a lot of drugs.
He's pretty drugged.
Yeah. Tommy
kept up on the drugs. Yeah.
That's why he died.
Drugs and strippers.
Yeah.
Well,
I've watched YouTube videos.
Died, but I think the story. Do you guys know the story of how he died? This is the one I heard. I don't know if it's true, but he had a hooker with him in his hotel and basically started dying, and the hooker's like, I'm fucking out of here. Like, she could have saved his life. That's the story I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. But she didn't know reliable he was going to die. I know. You should have paid a little extra for that,
I mean,
hooker insurance.
Hookers,
they're obligated.
Certified? What's going on here?
They should all be. That should be just like a part of the job.
The ones that are able to give first medical.
I mean, I think there's a lot of drugs usually involved in these situations. So you might want to have, save the life. I mean, she could have picked up the phone.
Maybe carry an EpiPen or something. Come on.
It's what it is nowadays, I'm sure.
She's just like taking a nap and she shuts an EpiPen in there.
Yeah. I thought you were dead.
Yeah. Well, you're not a medical professional.
Chris Farley.
Poor Chris Farley.
He's happy we're talking about him.
God damn.
I watched YouTube videos of him doing interviews on night shows, and I was like, because I was a kid when he was doing his shows and stuff like that, so I wouldn't have thought that he was like on coke and stuff. But some of his interviews, I was like, oh my god, he's like, he's definitely coked up, like he's sweating and
just down by the river, like. Yeah. What was his name? What was that guy's name? Something down by the river.
Yeah. Matt Foley or something.
Matt Foley.
Matt Foley. I think that's what it was.
Oh my god.
My name is Matt Foley.
I would have to say Tommy Boy is one of the best films he's done. That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, Tommy Boy. He used to say that.
Too.
Love that. It's a good movie. I think
that's a good movie. 100%.
Yeah, Black Sheep is undervalued for sure. That's a fucking good movie. Very good.
Black Sheep. That's one with Nick Nolte, right? That scene where.
Yeah. Oh no, Gary Busey. Isn't it Gary Busey?
Gary Busey.
You're right.
Yeah.
Damn, I always mix those two up.
They look a lot alike. Yeah.
One guy had a stroke, the other guy didn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't seen him recently, but David Spade does the middle finger trick. He's like, what are you playing, pocket pool? Anyway, I can quote the whole That's good shit, man. That's a great movie.
Yeah, very good movie.
I got Top Bunk.
I got tips on Top Bunk.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
David Spade to this day, I just listened to one of his podcasts with somebody hilarious. Dana Carvey made? I don't remember, but
they team up.
Dude, David Spade, yeah, he's hilarious, man. That's a funny guy. Super funny dude.
Dude, I saw David Spade today in a movie. I was taking a nap and I woke up and it was the Chuck and Larry movie. You remember that movie with Adam Sandler and fucking Kevin James? David Spade's in that movie. Yeah. He's like, he dresses up like a girl in that whole movie. So he is funny in that movie. I seen like 2 scenes. I'm like, what the hell am I watching right now? Delirious and
I did not know he did that. He's pretty funny. He's kind of like a Chris Kattan, but better, way better.
All right, yeah. Chris Kattan was still funny too.
He was pretty funny.
He was just a weird guy, but yeah, fucking. What was that one thing that Chris Kattan did that I was like, okay,
when you said David Spade dressed up like a girl, I was thinking about the skit in a movie where he dressed up as a Girl Scout chick. And he's like, "You want some cookies?" Remember that line too? We have to play it. It's fucking hilarious.
Did you ever see Chris Kattan dress like a monkey and eat the apple?
Yeah. What the hell was that character? That was the one. I was like, what is?
He was like he'd be all over the dock or whatever, and like
they're like humping him and like doing weird shit.
Oh, and then he would spit all the apple out.
Yeah,
it would come out. Yeah,
he just spit it everywhere.
They went all out with SNL back then. They really did. They just know. I actually haven't watched it in like fucking 7 years.
They don't do
I don't even know what's on there.
That's why.
There's not enough coke in the building anymore.
They took the coke out. It's not funny anymore.
Yeah. I know.
Chris Farley ruined it for everyone.
Yep.
One guy dies and everyone shuts up.
One guy's hard.
Dude, I think the generation after him was kind of doing it too. But I wonder what it's like today. I'm gonna watch SNL this weekend.
I'm gonna try some.
I'm gonna try some coke.
I wonder what coke's like nowadays.
Yeah.
No. Well, watch SNL and you'll know.
It's bad.
I don't think you should watch today's SNL. No. That probably doesn't sound
like a good idea. You know who's still on there is Keenan.
That's the only guy on there.
He's been on there forever.
He's still on that show?
Mm-hmm.
He's still on there. He
has to be the longest.
He started when he was 11.
No one else gives him a job, so why wouldn't he?
Yes.
It's his fine-paying gig. Like,
he probably does get paid. I can't carry you anymore. You gotta go on your own.
I bet you he gets paid well.
Yeah, he's got to make some good money. Key and Peele's another good one. Were they ever on SNL? No.
No, they had their own thing.
Mad TV?
Peele and I got a real job.
What'd you say, Ben?
Just kidding. I said Peele went out and got a real job.
He did. He makes movies now.
Which one? Yeah, he's the movie guy?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen any of those movies, and I heard they're
awesome. My God.
Oh, he was funny. And I know Pitch Perfect you don't like, but he has a scene where he's yelling at all his employees. fucking hilarious, dude. Snoop Dogg's in
Dude,
it.
Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect is a movie that we've all seen, and only half of us will admit to liking it. It's a good movie.
I will admit to not having seen all of Pitch Perfect.
No, you
Just
I've
Google
only
the
seen the
scene.
first one. Just the first one.
I haven't seen it all. I've seen like just bits
It's
and
pretty
pieces.
funny. It's kind of lame, but it's funny. All the singing. It's like, stop singing. Just be funny.
Just Google the scene. That's
The
all you
singing
have.
ruins
You don't
it.
have to watch the movie. Rich.
All right.
It's not worth it. But just Google the scene.
Okay. All right. So Brad disagrees. He says it's not worth it.
Do not watch movies.
Dude, it's totally worth it.
It's worth it. It's good.
You guys will sit through
You want
that
to? I
many
told you
songs for like that much level of comedy. There's not that. There can't be
actually-
that much comedy.
There's not that many songs. That's the thing.
Okay,
It's more comedy than songs.
How many
It's
songs?
probably like 90-10, you know.
How many songs?
You know what movie sucked that was all
90-10?
singing? Was that
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
90-10,
doesn't
dude.
sound right. That doesn't sound
including the credits?
How many songs
No,
are
I
in
think it's
this?
more than 10% singing.
Yeah, I think it's
you're
more.
lying.
right. You're lying.
Dude, you always forget. Just try it out. Let me know.
I'll come back next week and I'm going to be disgruntled after watching Pitch Perfect because
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
fucking 15 songs.
There's 3 of them, Rich.
Well, maybe I liked it because you can only go 1. I haven't seen 2 and 3.
No,
Maybe it's not too late.
I like the male acapella dude though. He plays like the same character all the time. I don't even know his name.
Adam Levine?
Adam Levine.
No.
Not Adam Levine, Maroon 5. Adam Levine, the guy from Workaholics.
Yeah.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
That guy's
He's
hilarious.
He's
dude.
hilarious.
And in
He's
that
a funny
movie, he's
dude.
super funny.
Which brings me to, if you're going to watch something that's actually funny, watch The Righteous Gemstones. It's on HBO.
What the hell is that? Oh, okay. HBO.
Righteous Gemstones. It's got him. It's got fucking. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on the fucking main character's fucking name. Oh my god.
Righteous. What is it called? Righteous what?
Righteous Gemstones. It's on HBO. It's about like a mega church like family, like the family of preachers, basically.
Oh, okay. Eastbound and Down. Anybody?
Yeah, there you go. It's
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride is the other guy in there.
Adam Devine, not Levine.
Adam Devine. Adam Levine is the
John Goodman.
John Goodman. Jesus Christ.
John Goodman. He's in that too. There's some good people in here, but I just have a problem with what's his nuts? Danny McBride. He's like the same fucking person in everything he does.
Yeah, but it's fun.
He's a little different in this one.
Is he? All right.
He's a little different.
Keep a straight face. You're like, yeah, he's a little different.
It's like when you lied to me about the music.
The 90-10.
He tried to reel you in.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Tried to bait
man.
you.
At least I kept a straight face. Dude.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's like no. He's pretty much the same character.
Somebody else just told me about this same show, but when I run out of shows, I will try it out because there's like 4 other ones I want to see.
Dude, I started a rewatch of Sopranos today. I'm pretty excited about it, actually.
Yes.
Solid show.
I'm so pathetic. I'm listening to the podcast where they talk about each individual show. So that's how much I like this show. Yeah, I'm in deep. Yeah. It's Michael Imperioli and Bobby Bacala. They're the 2 hosts of this podcast. During COVID, they filmed the whole thing because they couldn't do anything else, but pretty cool. So, anywho, that was a lot of TV talk.
All right, I'm going to back
We
out.
did get into that TV talk today. We'll go there.
Fantasy talk.
Let's get into some fantasy talk. Fuck yeah, man. I'm fucking getting actually pretty excited. Starting to look at my list. Brad, are you starting to look at your lists?
Yeah.
Checking them twice, checking them
My
somewhere.
list
You
actually
have it in your
this
phone,
stage
but yeah.
is not as in depth as it usually is.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
There's still time.
No, sorry. Like you got to realize, like at this time adventure, I usually have 5 to 6 quarterbacks on my list, like 12 running backs.
I think
8
you've
to
got
10
more
wide
experience
receivers and like
and
5
efficient.
But I have one quarterback.
Skill.
I do have like 10 running backs. I love my running backs. So
10 running backs?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Wait, but you said you had 1 quarterback?
1. Yeah, just 1.
Who is
come on, Brad.
Lamar Jackson.
Okay. I was just kidding, but you know.
No, I'm not. I'll tell you. I'll tell everyone. I'll give you the rest of the list too.
Well, that's the list.
Well, no, like running backs, wide receivers, tight ends.
I'm disappointed.
Top three, top.
I'm disappointed to hear that, Brad.
Well, why?
Well, because I have interest in that one quarterback as well.
Do you have interest in paying a ton of money for him?
Honestly, I believe I've kind of told you this, like years from here until now, I would have told you that quarterback
$15
position is a
Two
position.
quarterbacks, $15.
Exactly. Do not invest. We are in a salary cap league. Our main home league is a salary cap league, and I've always said that you cannot invest that much money in your quarterbacks.
Well,
However,
what's the top you would? What's the top for a QB?
Okay, before last year, okay, we have $200 as our budget. I would have told you that 15 is about my max for two quarterbacks.
Before last year.
But last year
quarterbacks.
For both of mine.
So
that's if you're going to get to
per quarterback.
This is coming from a guy who drafted two quarterbacks that were mediocre and spent an entire season trying to trade into the top tier and finally got into Patrick Mahomes and then won a championship with it. So he can understand the importance of a top tier quarterback.
There's a shift. I'm telling you, like, I wish I had known about it going into last year, but I think the shift is officially happening, that there is a separation tier at quarterback, that if you don't have one of those guys, you're going to be severely held back. It's going to be tough to fill that production.
We're talking like 12 points a week.
Because when you do, like, it hadn't been this for a long time, but when you go from where, like, a Josh Allen, depending on the year, a Lamar Jackson, a Joe Burrow in fantasy, and Patrick Mahomes, those guys are separating beyond where, like, the next tier of guys are going to get you to. I think Fields is
number right around. Actually, they have Lamar Jackson at number 8. But
Brad,
he'll be top 5.
Can you stop talking about my motherfucking quarterbacks?
Trust me, I will spend more.
You don't want to get into this again with me about fucking.
Okay, so what is? I
told you about Justin Fields in our league.
Justin Fields. Well, you waiting?
$30.
This is okay for another day.
All right, so yes, let's get back to where we were evaluating quarterbacks for a salary cap league this year. Brad, I'd definitely pay $30 for Lamar.
25 to 40, I think, is where you want to kind of hit that top tier quarterbacks.
When you equivalate this to, you can equivalate that out to a snake draft too. That, you're talking, maybe I'm going to go into the third round for a quarterback now in a draft like that.
If you're like in the late second, and you're not going to get a pick to the,
if it
works out, you may have to go get that top tier guy, but go get number one. Go get the number one guy if you're going to waste a second round pick on him. So that's
I'll tell you.
You don't
I
think the top 5 is going to get drafted before then?
I think there's a number.
Not in a snake draft.
Yeah. No, not in a snake draft. It won't run like that.
It'll be the first quarterback will go round 1, round 2, maybe 3.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's really where it should.
I honestly think Lamar could be number 1. I mean, I definitely think he'd be number 5. Josh Allen will be up there, which I do think Josh Allen's going to take a little seat back because he's not going to run as much. And that's where a lot of his production came from, a lot of touchdowns. So while he'll still be super productive, I think he might fall out of that top 3 and kind of more like that 3 to 7. So Joe Burrow, I think he's going to just be your constant, top 5 quarterback every single year. The guy's a winner. So, and he's got weapons. So
I'll tell you, like, I will admit honestly that I do think Lamar Jackson will end up as the number 1 quarterback this year.
Yeah, I would say top 3 for sure. That's where I'm leaning. That's why I'm going to go pay for him, especially if they got him in the number 8 rankings. Dude, that's where you find your value. Because there's a lot of guys that don't even do research. They just take ESPN rankings and they say, okay, these are who ESPN.
What about injuries in Lamar, though?
That's what I think. He just got paid.
I think it's overblown.
He's excited to play. So
we talked about it last year. I felt like he extended the life of that injury that ended his season last year.
Why get hurt?
I think he was preparing for his money, and now he's got his
Sure.
money, and I think he's ready to play.
Dude, he's happy.
But
and when people are happy and they
concern
have that
is-
talent, good things can come, man.
the concern I have is, was it 2 years ago? They were always playing from behind, and he was putting every last bit of his energy into coming back and winning all these comeback games. So it was like he was on 10 the whole time. So
Well, yeah,
maybe
he'd
that's
go
what
from like having
caused-
15 all game and score 20 points in the
Yeah,
fourth quarter.
and then exactly. So injuries are my worry for him this year.
Honestly,
I do think Justin Fields could be top 5. If he can just get that pass down a little bit, a little more consistency, a little more time in the pocket with his checkdowns, kind of make the good reads. You know, I mean, if he can develop a passing threat, I mean, he might be the number 1 quarterback because he is so quick. He might be the fastest person in the NFL, quarterback-wise.
If we weren't in a league that was full of Bears fans, I'd definitely be all in on fucking.
Yeah, we got like 4 out of 12.
Justin Fields this year.
5 out of 12.
I honestly believe he's the number 2 quarterback this year. I think he will finish the number 2 in fantasy football. So Lamar Jackson, then Justin Fields, because I've heard good things already about his throws. His arm is improving, and honestly, there's a lot that I saw on tape last year that showed me.
Dude, he progressed by the end of the year.
He's already getting better.
I mean, he was going from throwing like 50 yards a game to throwing like 250, 300.
And organizationally, they were allowing him to throw the ball towards the end of the year. They started to gain trust. So with an off season, I think Justin Fields is going to really surprise some people. And in the trade that they performed, they pick up DJ Moore. DJ Moore is like an undervalued part of this equation because he will take the top off of the defense. He will also run a slant route and just ease up the offense for them. So if you can get that stack, like I like that stack this year. The stack is when you go quarterback, wide receiver. The running back room is great.
Herbert and Foreman from Carolina. I mean, that's a nice. They brought him in. That's pretty nice too.
They got a third back there. Who's the third back? Somebody else.
Rashawn Johnson. Travis Homer.
Rashad Johnson is the rookie from Texas. Very good running back right there. So I like that kid. I'm all in on Chicago, honestly. Like I said, if it wasn't for our league of Chicago Bears fans, I'd be scooping up Fields really cheap.
Tanya, that's a good pickup too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Low key. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I like the Bears. But we were talking Ravens. I do have to, like I told you guys, I had a few bets for you.
Actually, they might be the most improved team.
I'm in on the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to be good this year. I think that offense is going to be fucking sick.
J.K. Dobbins, he'll be nice.
J.K. Dobbins, which nobody realizes was like a top 5 fucking running back the last 6 weeks of the year last year. Performing very well. They were giving him the ball, and that was him still coming off of that ACL. So
Gus Edwards and Justice Hill.
Yeah, the running backs, there's never a problem with running backs there. Even if they go to like their 4th guy, they're okay. I remember it was Alex Collins. He was running great. They're going to run the ball well. They've got a new offensive coordinator. They signed Odell Beckham for wide receiver, and they drafted Zay Flowers. He happens to be my favorite. Now, I don't know if he will turn into production.
Oh, you're going for the stack.
I want Lamar, but I'm not sure about Zay Flowers. But I like Zay Flowers for sure. And I can get it so cheap that I might as well try for it.
Yeah, you're going to stack him.
Yeah, because Zay Flowers, man, he is my favorite rookie wide receiver. I think he is the best of the bunch.
That's the problem. You always have the rookies 2 years too early. He'll be good next year. That's what that tells me.
I'm not going to – I mean, tell me how much I'd pay for a fucking Zay Flowers this year in our
$3.
Probably $3. So I can invest $3, and that's okay. If he happens to pan out and be their number 1, that's huge. I mean –
there's only
I honestly think Lamar is going to throw for 5,000 yards this year. That's my opinion.
I could see that. Well, actually, I could see 4,500, but I see him running for 800. You know,
that brings me to my first bet, Brad, that I have this year. The first bet I'm bringing to the show: Lamar Jackson over under passing yards this season. What do you think it's set at?
4,200.
3,400.
Oh my God.
They have no respect.
Oh my Lord. 3,400?
Yeah, I mean that seems like the easiest pickings I've ever fucking heard.
I mean, he might not go for 5, but he's
you have to
definitely going to
understand
go for 4.
Player props. There is injury that you have to take into place here. So that happens, that would kill you. But 3,400, I fucking absolutely love that. 3,400 for Lamar Jackson. He's going to throw for that this year if he plays the 17 games. Next, 23.5 passing touchdowns. That is just over 1.3 passing, 1.25 fucking passing touchdowns a game. 23.5 touchdowns.
He's going to throw for 30 touchdowns.
He's going to throw for 30 something this year. Yes. Those are both basically.
That's just passing touchdowns, right? Not rushing?
Correct. Just passing.
Okay. Yeah, he still throws for 30.
Lamar Jackson MVP. Plus 1,500. 100 wins me $1,500.
I don't like those MVP votes, but that's just me. I
like that a lot. And then I like the Ravens a lot too. I like their over-under on their wins. So they're at 9.5 wins. There's juice on it, but I like that. So that's the one thing that stood out. I was doing some research and I'm like, holy shit, like I like all these bets. So I'm not going to do a specific bet section this season, but those all popped at me. I fucking love that fucking yards one. That one's just beyond juicy in my opinion.
Sarah's already making $200 bets on each of them.
Don't do it. No.
To borrow some money, I'm all out. Hey, in my defense, I put $200 in like 3 years ago, and I finally ran out at the end of last season. So I kept winning a little, losing a little. It just kind of seesawed, and next thing you know, boom. So honestly, I'm done. Retired. I'm retired.
Keep it chill out there, y'all.
Mm-hmm. So how much does Bryce Young go for? Is he going for a lot? What about these rookies, Rich? I got a question for you with fantasy real quick before we get off. But how much you pay on the rookies? So do you pay a lot for rookies?
It depends
because to me, I like the veterans. I like veteran guys to prove. Yeah, it depends on the rookie, but
so if you're asking me about one specific rookie this year, there is a rookie I would definitely pay for this year. So I'm the guy who quote unquote overpaid for Ezekiel Elliott his first year, achieved he was a top 5 running back that year. So
Dameon Pierce last year went for a lot of money. I think he
went for a mid amount of money. I paid like $30 for Dameon Pierce last year, and that was an overpay. Yeah. I mean,
paid off at the end.
Because I traded him before his value tanked.
Yeah.
There's a guy this year. Okay, the first running back off the board, Bijan Robinson. He went to Atlanta, which was like a place that I hated for him to go because I love Tyler Algier. That was the back that last year I had on my squad. He was a rookie last year. Great running back. And so the only place I didn't really want Bijan to go was Atlanta, and he went to Atlanta. But I'm all in on Bijan. I tell you right now.
$50?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can have him, sir.
That's why in our league, I do really well when it comes to this specifically, because pretty much everyone, and this is probably the case in a lot of leagues, people are scared to pay money for a guy that they don't know well. But I watch tape and I can see it. And when I see Bijan Robinson, in my book, barring injury, he's a top 5 back next year for sure. So that's why I'll pay 50.
There's talent that doesn't necessarily always transcend to the NFL. While they have the talent and they're in college and this and that, sometimes it doesn't even have to do with the field. It's playing in front of the big stadiums, playing in front of big crowds. They came from a small school and then they went to New York, and it's the city, it just fucks with them. You never know what those other variables are going to be. So that's just too much for, like you said, $15 less, no big deal. I can invest less than 10% of my budget on them. But when you're saying invest 25% of my budget on a guy that I've never seen play against real NFL linemen, that's hard for me to do.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
That's all I'll tell you. When it comes to this guy, at least our listeners, don't be scared.
There's a lot of running backs out there. So if rookies start popping off for 50, there's going to be a lot of money, and I'll just
That's what I paid that year for Zeke. I paid 50 on the dot. I remember, and people were like, "What the fuck, bro? You're gonna get this fucking rookie for 50?" And if you guys give me Bijan for 50, I'm gonna tell you right now that trophy out in the other room, it's gonna stay right there. If you give me Bijan for 50, it's staying right there. I'm gonna plant this fucking flag on that. And it seems like
we have to bid you up to 50 then.
Well, it made me pay 50. That's fine. I only know of 2 of our guys who are listening right now.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe they'll smarten up and listen to the rest. Lamar Jackson. Everyone's interested in Lamar Jackson now.
Sorry. I'm distracted. I'm sorry. I have to call it out. You were on a rollerballer? What are you talking about?
So Matt's pulling stats from ESPN. I just looked up at my browser and I'm on like some third-party site ranking the top 32 QBs. So I have number 8 or 9 for Lamar, and ESPN has him at number 5. My site also has Kyler Murray at number 12. So who knows how legitimate
Kyler Murray at 12? He's not even going to play a full season.
12 before.
I love.
Fields.
Sometimes I love hearing stuff.
There are 32 teams in the NFL. Like, you know how insulting that is to the other guys? Like, dude, that's fucked up.
We'll just see how it plays out. I don't know.
Hey, who's the 13th quarterback?
There's a reason. Fields.
Kirk Cousins.
Fields is 13? Oh my God! Throw that list away.
And I think Dak is 14.
Where we got Deshaun Watson going? 5 to 10?
7. Yeah, no, 9. My bad.
9. I think that might be accurate. You can keep.
That's accurate. And probably there's a lot of leagues that he's going to be undervalued for people. Deshaun Watson. That's going to be a good play. I don't like the guy, but fantasy football, we're talking here. And
the top 5 is who we think they are. So they nailed the top 5.
He likes that word, juicy. So. It's funny you say that.
That's what got him in trouble.
Yeah.
Juicy massages. Jesus.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
That's a good name for a massage parlor, actually.
I think he said
come get your juicy massages.
Yeah. Come on by the juicy massages. It's worth every squeeze.
We'll get the juice out.
Oh, Masara. Killing
Boom. Look at that tagline, baby. Boom.
Yeah. So I honestly think we talked about every fucking note I had on my list here. Like, I know we're organic, but I did want to make sure I hit some things tonight. But I think I got. Oh, you know who's a fucking rookie, Brad? I do want to close out with another rookie.
Who's that?
Anthony Richardson, the quarterback. Yeah. He's dope too.
He's in a great system. He plays in a dome, and he's got Jonathan Taylor behind him.
And his coach is the Shane Steichen from the Eagles. He knows what to do with a running quarterback. I think he's somebody like they're like bullshitting, talking like he might not start game 1. I think that's total bullshit. I think he will start game 1.
And Pittman's a beast. So
yeah. That's a good squad there. Like for him, I mean they're gonna win 5 games, something like that. They're not great, but what Jonathan they are.
Taylor's young too. He's got to get healthy this year anyway, so
he can get paid, hopefully, as a running back. And we've come full circle back to the running backs.
Full circle. I think we're it was a good show back.
Heck yeah, man.
Fun. Yeah.
Been a good off season. Now it's time for a good on season.
Wind it on down to the fantasy. If you guys have any fantasy questions, feel free to throw them over to Rich and Brad. They will dissect them for you and let you know what's up. But we got some good insight. We got some free advice with Lamar Jackson. And what was the other one you gave up early on, Brad? I don't remember. Yeah, go back and listen to it. But
yeah, go back and listen or subscribe.
Listen, download at least download.
Subscribe, exactly. Yeah, do a download. Hit us a like. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night. Matt, where are you at? You better
Devontae Williams.
Straight your face.
Hey, there
Devontae Williams. That's who you're thinking of.
Devontae Williams. Yep, that good advice there.
Yeah,
so
I like that.
We should be on weekly till season starts, right?
We said not next week, but maybe the following week.
Or
start up in August.
Or maybe August. We'll start it in August, so we'll take another week.
We'll start rocking. Matt's gonna go out to training camp and give us all the inside information.
I signed up for. I'm going to 2 of them.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Are they in Flag? Or no?
No.
In the stadium.
At the stadium.
Oh, okay.
It's actually really cool. You guys should try to get out there. It's really cool. I like
They're all
going.
free.
I like going. I went last year. It's free. You just go. It's fucking pretty cool.
They
There's
used to
certain.
have them. Was it years ago where they had them up in Flagstaff, up in the cooler weather?
Yeah.
That's
I know
where they
it's
do their
different
spring
now,
training,
but-
isn't it?
No, that's
I
stuff's here
clicked
too.
I clicked the site to go to the stadium on my maps, and like it just zooms out, and it's
Yeah,
just
'cause
like,
you're that
whoa,
far away.
where the fuck are you going?
It's in another state.
Brad's got a 90-minute
Buddy.
commute. Yeah,
Good
it just
luck.
says don't
It's,
go. Just
You
don't
just
go.
don't. There's an excessive heat warning. We think you should
You're
not
gonna need-
go.
Just trying
Yeah,
to
what's
tell
the
you something,
excessive
Brad.
heat warning on the maps?
I know.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go.
Just remind
The whole
you.
fucking map, yeah. The whole
Exactly.
fucking place I go is excessive heat warning. I got it. Thank you, Apple Maps.
Like I can't feel it.
I work outside. I got the memo.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Right
then.
on.
Peace.
Later.
Later.